What's up, guys? Michael here with Valencia Fan TV, bringing you another video about the club we all love, Valencia, and the league we all love, La Liga. Be sure to subscribe for the latest videos about match predictions, recaps, updates. As we move into the summer transfer window, I'll be covering all the biggest transfers in La Liga. But without further ado, let's get into matchday 38. There is quite a bit still to be played for, despite the fact that Barcelona has run away with the league. Barcelona deserved champions with one of the best defensive records really in league history and European football history. So congrats to them. The league has looked over for a long time, and now it officially is. The rest of the top six is kind of boring, right? We have all these teams pretty much secured for Europe. There's not much going on up there. I mean, I guess there's a battle between Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid for who's going to be coming in second, who's going to be coming in third, but I don't think too many people outside of the capital actually have an interest in that. There is actually an interesting battle for seventh place, which is the European Conference League. Some people like this competition, some people don't. I actually think this is a very good competition for these smaller teams, for the sixth or seventh best leagues in the world. A chance for these clubs to get some silverware, and I think West Ham is facing off against Fiorentina. I think that's a great competition right now for both of those clubs. I think that a club like Osasuna, who's battling up for that, would love to win that. I think it's a great competition, and anyone who dismisses it, it's kind of shame on them, and they're missing out because it's more football, and we all love football, right? There is an interesting battle for that seventh spot, though. There's four teams all gunning for it. Technically, Sevilla is there as well, but Sevilla is actually the champions of the Europa League for the seventh time, and they're going to be playing in the Champions League next year, so they're not going to need the Conference League. But we have Osasuna at 50 points, Athletic Club Bilbao at 50 points, Girona at 49, and Rayo Vallecano at 49. Currently, Osasuna is in the driver's seat. All they need to do is get that win, and they will be in. But it's never that simple, right? There's always times where you think you have it in the bag and you blow it. So Osasuna will be facing Girona this week, and probably the most important matchup of the top half of the table. If Osasuna wins, like I said, they're in. If Girona wins, they're probably going to be in too. Athletic Bilbao is going to be facing Real Madrid. They'll need to pick up 3 points if they want to leapfrog Osasuna and Girona. Rayo Vallecano with the outside shot. They need a win to give themselves a chance. And then they need some other results to really go in their favor as well. Probably a draw between Girona and Osasuna, and probably a loss or draw for Athletic Club, and then a win for Rayo Vallecano. And then Rayo Vallecano would be in there. They do have a very winnable matchup. I think they're playing Mallorca this week. Mallorca's in that kind of dead zone where there's nothing they can qualify for. They can't be relegated. They can't make Europe. So definitely Vallecano should have all the incentive, and they probably have a good chance of winning that one. But where I think this week actually becomes extremely interesting is the relegation battle. And La Liga has done us a solid by kind of separating the battles. So all the top teams are playing, I believe, at 12:30 Eastern Time, and then all the teams in that relegation fight are playing at 3:30 Eastern Time, which makes it a great viewing day for us U.S. fans. And there are 7 teams really in the battle. There are 3 teams that kind of stand out. We have Cadiz, Getafe, and Valencia, of course, all at 41 points. These clubs really should be safe. Unless something catastrophic goes wrong, none of these teams should be getting relegated. In the chart I'll show you in a little bit, I think it's like a 6% chance for all 3 of these combined to get relegated. So unless something disastrous goes wrong, as we know Valencia fans know, disaster kinds of follows us, but I don't think even we're unlucky enough to get relegated this time. Almeria is at 40. Celta Vigo is at 40 points. Elche, of course, with the rough season, they're already down. Espanyol, after the late goal last week, they're unfortunately down as well. And Valladolid is that club. Valladolid is sitting at 39 points. If Getafe can beat Valladolid, it's over, right? Valladolid will be going down, and everybody else is safe, regardless of what happens in their games. Where the apple cart can kind of get turned upside down is if Valladolid can get the upset at Getafe. Valladolid, incredibly, with a negative 30 goal differential, will be at 42 points. They will be safe. Getafe will be below them in the table. Then it's up to Almeria, who's facing, I believe, Espanyol, and then Celta Vigo. If they can get their wins, they'll be up. And this is where it's getting really interesting. And then it comes down to Valencia, right? what is Valencia's chances of getting relegated here? Will Valencia be going down? It's it seems very unlikely, but here's how it would happen. So, given the way the fixtures work out, Valencia would need to lose our match with Real Betis, of course. Obviously, a winner or a draw, and we're safe. So, if we lose to Betis, and if Valladolid beat Getafe, Cadiz lose to Elche, Celta Vigo beat Barcelona, and Almeria pick up points against Espanyol, at that point we would be down. If there is a multi-away tie, like if there's a bunch of teams in there, somehow Valencia is the one that apparently is going to be going down. I'm not too sure how that works out, but according to the sources I've read, that's how it's going to work. Because I guess it almost creates a mini table. So if there's like 4 teams tied, we're gonna have a table to see what those teams' points against each other were, which I think is ridiculous considering Valencia's goal differential is incredibly good compared to these teams. Our goal differential is -3. You have Valladolid is -30, Celta Vigo is -11, Almeria is -16, Cadiz is -23. I think it would be a very unjust result, but that's the way La Liga does it, and we knew that coming into the season, so we would have no one to blame but ourselves. I personally don't think we're getting relegated, but there is that 1% chance out there. The team I do think will be going down is unfortunately Valladolid. They're playing Getafe, who has everything to play for as well, as they don't want to be relegated. And I think Getafe is the better team. So I think Getafe does us all solid. They get the win. Valladolid is going down, unfortunately, for their fans, and I think they'll have a great shot of coming back up next year. Let me know what you guys think. Who's going down? Who's claiming the 7th spot and touching European football? Thanks as always for watching, and I'm with Valencia.